Is anyone there? Can you hear us?
We're
Hi,
back.
I'll scooch a little bit so we can see more of you, Matthias. So hi, Matej here, Matthias there. Last round of the Vienna MCQ is gonna be starting soon. Do you want my papers? I just wanted to talk about this.
He's taking them away.
Patrick, you're so mean. Okay, this works for me. I can keep it.
That. Don't give it to him.
Okay, so I got the standings before the final round, and we like spent a little time of trying to figure out how things break down, and we believe we have figured it out. We don't know if the players are going to follow our advice.
If they figured it out.
Yes, because that's humble brag. I'm really good at tiebreaker math, but players usually are
This
not.
is the reason we have you here for, right?
It's one of it's one of my specialties, but it's actually not that complicated to figure out. But so we have table 1 is actually Fabian Lackner and Adrian Schrenk. Fabian Lackner is actually on mono white. He picked up a draw somewhere early in the day, but he has basically won out since then.
Okay,
and
awesome.
He'll be able to draw with Adrian Schrenk in the last round because they're both on 19 points. Adrian Schrenk is playing Esper Superfriends, so they're going to be both on 20 points, and they're going to be safe to make it in. Then we have table 2. We have Christian Schwarz, who's also on 19 points.
We've seen him earlier today.
We have seen him. I think he's playing Dreadhorde.
Dreadhorde, yeah, Focal Dreadhorde.
And he's going to play against Nicola Palmieri. And Nicola Palmieri is actually I don't think we've seen him on camera. I don't know what he's playing.
No,
but we figured out that if the players have figured it out, they can actually draw as well and make it into top 8. Yeah, we can start the timer, and we're gonna head over to the feature match area because we have a elimination match basically. So we believe that there are 4 tables where the 4 winners will make up the rest of the top 8. And one of the matches is Lukas Paugsch against Amir Okic. Okic seems to be on Jeskai Superfriends. Yes.
That's his list, yeah.
Jeskai Superfriends. Classic deck list already. Like we've seen Ricardo Silva play last round, and not too good effect. He's also playing for top 8 as well. So we have this is our main match because we know that Lukas is on mono red and he's going to start off very soon here. And we figured out if we have time, we're going to show you the backup match.
More elimination matches.
More elimination matches because we think that it's going to be a clean cut. Where all the 7-1s and the 6-0-2s are going to make it in, and unfortunately someone at X11 will not. So turn 1 Firebrand from Lukas Paugsch.
This is where it's good. I've been told today.
Yes, starts on the play, and also very important. Being on the play, being on the board fast is very important for Lukas here as he swings in for the Firebrand again. It's almost up to lightning bolt value here. And a follow-up Vyeshny Pyromancer. Great start here from Amir Okic, who's actually down to 16. Hey, Lukas is really lazy about updating the live total. He actually told me he's writing it down. But okay, boy, are you sure? Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
He figured out that this is a bit too high. We had him in the feature match round area 2 rounds ago, and he just wasn't as thrilled about how things were going. Now he has to be careful about the deafening clarion. But he can sort of play around it because I think we know he has light up the stage in his hand. Actually going to go for a very aggressive Wizards Lightning to face Spell Pierce.
Going to foil that plan.
Probably he wanted to do it because he has G2 Lava Runner and light up the stage.
I'm taking a quick look at Amir's list here. He's running 4 Deafening Clarions. 4 shocks, 3 spell pierce, so quite some early interaction. Yeah,
I mean that's one of the reasons why this deck can be good against against mono red, because between the beacons and the early interaction, it's actually kind of nice. And now Lukas with the light up the stage gets rid of 2 lands, plays one of them, passes the turn without playing the G2 Lava Runner. He's going to save that for next turn if he gets Clarion right now.
Yeah, very nice play on his part. You would be inclined to play out your 1-drop because you have the mana for it, but he's choosing not to. Amir is taking quite some time to figure out what his line is. I'm not sure if he has a 3rd land, although I would be surprised if not.
Yeah, again, life totals have not been updated. Amir is down to 13 from the previous attack. Is he going to Clarion here?
Oh,
no, just a Sahili. Gains 1 there. He's like trying to figure out how it works. Life total, oh god, he butchered it completely. Yeah, there we go. All right, you should be down to 14, yes.
Yeah.
Gaining 1 life of the beacon, playing Sahili on 5, which is actually kind of annoying if you're a mono red player. But I think with his lightning, it's going face.
Face to face. Wow. Aggressive play.
Very.
I think because Lukas has Chain Whirler in his hand, right?
It's possibly. I think he also has Lava Runner and Chain Whirler, so he might actually. Okay, it's a mess. He might actually run on the Lava Runner because it has haste now and +1/+0, so he can swing for 5 to bring Amir down to 6. But we'll see. He starts off with the Lava Runner, swing for 5 down to 6.
Perfect. This second to last card is Vishino Pyromancer, right?
No, it's Chain Whirler and the Pyromancer
yeah.
down to 4. Now Amir needs the definite Clarion, or at least 2 other spells, because otherwise he's going to be screwed. I think I see he does have Clarion.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't work that great with the Saheeli. You can't stack it in a way to keep a 1/1 around, but
yeah, he points out the trigger, but
yeah. But now Lukas has so many life draws. Like he has I think he drew Lightning Strike. No, a Steam King. And he might. Yeah, and tough decisions now if he should start off with the Steamkin or just play the Chain Whirler right away.
I think in the face of Saheeli he'll go for the Steamkin.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially because also trying to think, I'm going to put him down to 3 so that I can burn him off. It's not going to come true because Amir also has the Beacon, so he's going to probably easily gain 1 life back. I think he has another Saheeli.
Yeah, he is somewhat stabilized, but 4 life is a precarious life total to be at against mono red.
True. So he's gonna start with Teferi Time Reveler.
Gain a life. Nope. Nope. No.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 5 to 5. Yep. That's gonna bring a servo to play, and he's probably gonna bounce the Steamkin. I assume. If he does, Chain Whirler is definitely gonna come down to this party.
Yeah, taking out the token and the Planeswalker.
Exactly.
At this point.
Pass.
I see another Saheeli in Amir's hand.
Now the shock. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna see the Chain Whirler. He's thinking.
Reconsidering.
Yeah, he's maybe he's thinking he can wait 1 more turn.
Maybe he thinks that if he plays the Steamkin now, he can somehow get a turn where the Steamkin will be 4/4 and the Chain Whirler will push the Steamkin through, deal the last point of damage.
Potentially, yeah.
Put
so
Amir
there's
to
the
4.
Steamkin again. But Amir is, he has a shock.
Shock in hand, okay.
Yeah.
Foil to that plan right away.
Yeah. And now Lukas is still thinking if he wants to play something. He still has some cards left to go. I mean, he has shock, so still Lightning Strike could be good. But I think Amir is going to play. You can't play.
I can't play that. No.
You know, I mean, we're in the Teferi has the rules text, so Lukas is like, oopsie. Yeah. Now he knows. Lukas a little embarrassed there. Yeah. We don't have a judge over there, but I think this is a minor thing.
Yeah, this
just
is
keep playing, just put it back. Yeah. You want to be smart and like play on your upkeep.
I think they're discussing it now, but there's actually not a lot that happened.
Yeah, just explain. It's like, just put it back in your hand. Okay, let's just keep this. Let's keep this train rolling.
Yeah.
All right. So there's also big Teferi there. Another great spell that Amir could play here. Gain life, go up to 6, and get another servo.
The Interplanar Beacon really doing work here.
Yeah, one thing that he might be thinking about is trying maybe I should play Narset to dig for something here. Does go for the Teferi here. Yeah. Come on, buddy, slow down.
You would want to get in 14 life.
Yeah.
It's not happening here. Makes another token and 3 creatures and 3 planeswalkers now.
Yes, maybe the game's slowly slipping away from Lukas here. He still has the shock and the Chain Whirler in hand, so it's definitely not over just yet. Okay, light
Light
up
up the stage.
That's
That's a good
nice.
draw.
Yeah, so you can play Chain Whirler here. Okay, so that's going to kill all the servos. Yeah, take down 1 loyalty each. And most importantly, deal 1 damage to Amir. Then we're going to light up the stage.
Amir is now on 5, which is not correctly shown here.
Okay.
Then not a light up the
Not
stage.
bad, not bad. Next turn is going to be pretty nice here for Lukas. Let's not forget the life total has also changed. Amir is down to 5.
Get a token. Yeah. Quick reminder. Almost picked up the card
Yeah,
there.
that was really close. I mean, Amir had a great draw. He had the Spell Pierce, he had the Deafening Clarion, and then was able to pile on the Planeswalkers in quick succession.
I think he found another interplanar beacon, so
Oof, that's rough.
taking up all his Planeswalkers. Let's see.
What is going on?
Pointed at the Chain Whirler. Not sure what that was about. Yeah, there's
The beacon is very important because there's still a Narset in hand, and there's also another Saheeli. If he really wanted to life gain now, every Planeswalker he plays is going to gain him 2 life. So I think just this game is really slipping out of Lucas's reach unless he can find a Frenzy somehow. There's a Servo. There's the 2 life.
and I think Amir at this point is looking for Sarkhan to finish the game, right?
The life totals are not updated correctly. I think Amir should be at 7 because he forgot the 1 life minus from the Chain Whirler, and then now he has gained 2.
And there's a Sarkhan.
Yeah.
That was a quick one.
Do you want to shove? Nah. I'm good.
So he activated all his Planeswalkers, right?
He played land and he played the beacon, so he can't really do anything. He could play the back of Saheeli if he felt like his life total was threatened. Patrick, it would be really nice if you manage to remind the players to keep the life total on the phone as well, because I don't think the current state is correct.
So huge turn for Lukas, because we think there won't be that many more, right?
Yeah, 7. There we go. That's correct. So what are his plays here? He can go Firebrand, or he can shock. Then he drew the Frenzy. So I think he has to think really fast. Sorry? 7 is correct.
Soren is correct. He lost a life early.
He forgot to write down the life total. Also, we're live, so I shouldn't be talking to you. So back to the match. Our spectators are very involved this time. They're very passionate about the outcome of the game, it seems. All right, so Shock was played face, Chandra and Wizard Lightning. You can't play any of those. Those suck real bad, I think.
So he has a 4-mana spell in hand, remove the 4 and the 3-mana spell.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad light up the stage. It happens. You can still play the Firebrand from previous turn. But finally the life totals are correct here.
Let's see, he can't even attack with... I mean, if he plays the Firebrand, he can attack with the Chain Whirler.
Mm-hmm.
But Sarkhan plus 2 tokens is lethal, so...
Yep, jump. Play the Firebrand and say go. Yeah, he needs to keep up the Firebrand because of the Saheeli's ability, right? Because Sarkhan plus make 4 dragons and then copy one of the creatures.
Becomes a 4/4 and all of a sudden.
I think so. This interaction is quite strange because I'm not exactly sure how it works. I think Saheeli might copy non-legendary or something like that. So I'm not 100% sure if it works, but I don't think it matters. There's also Shock in hand. I think there's plenty of stuff.
Shock is already lethal though, right?
Yeah,
because
so.
it's
And
16 in the
too.
air.
This game's all over Red Rover, and Lukas Paugsch hasn't been able to capitalize on his decent start there, and Amir just had all the right answers.
Yeah, he had the Deafening Clarion right at the moment when he needed it, and he has not let hold of the game since that moment.
Amir learned how to use the... like what? Gain 2, lose 2? Maybe he played an untapped land or something similar. Like a Hell Fountain or Sacred Fountain, I'm not sure. But alright.
Okay. And okay, shock you. Yeah,
Shock
there's
you
no
and
instant
swing.
speed interaction because of the fairy.
Yep, exactly. So attack for 16 with all those planeswalkers and a shock puts Lukas Paugsch down to 0 exactly, and we're gonna go to a quick game 2, I believe. All right, so Jeskai Superfriends is still chugging along, and he's not the only player vying for a top 8 slot here. With Ricardo, Caetano da Silva also on Jeskai Superfriends, also playing this round for a berth into the top 8 here. The only 2 players that we know that 100% should be in if they drew, which we think that they did, Fabian Lackner and Adrian Schrenk. Mono white, maybe blue. We haven't seen him around, and but we know that he's on some sort of white weenie. Adrian Schrenk on Esper Superfriends, and then we assume that Christian Schwarz on 4-color Dreadhorde is also going to.
I'm actually 100% certain that he drew because
he's here.
He's here. He's standing, watching, criticizing, and pointing to wrong life totals.
Yeah. So Christian, so you're 4-color Dreadhorde. Nice, and you drew with Nicola, right? Perfect, thank you. Just confirming the table true, so table draw. I don't know what Nicola is playing.
Do you know what Nicola is playing?
Gruul, nice.
Awesome.
Gruul in the top 8, sweet. All right, I want to see more
nice
of that.
To see.
Okay, he's not sure, but okay, we hope, because if that's Gruul, also Markus Spurk is playing for the top 8.
Could be 2 Gruuls in the top 8.
Could be like he's like Junt, but basically a Gruul like with status statue. So could be if mono red wins, it could be actually fairly aggressive top 8 in the end. With also with the white aggro deck.
I mean, Patrick did upload the metagame breakdown.
Nice.
We had 22% mono red, so it would come as no surprise if mono red actually is.
Not that many though. Not that many vying for top 8. Like we know Lukas Paugsch is playing, and we haven't seen all these players that are still in contention, like in their decks. But ultimately, considering it was 22% of the metagame, there's not that many of them at the top tables.
Exactly. If we have seen, this is the second time we've seen mono red so far.
Yeah.
A lot of planeswalkers in the feature match area. A lot of Dreadhorde.
A lot of elder spells.
Yeah.
From all sides.
Pretty excited for top 8, but also pretty excited for this match. Hopefully still 2 more games to play. We'll see if Lukas can crawl his way back and win the next 2.
Yeah, so if you wanted to see the standings, Patrick, our moderator, just posted them in the Twitch chat. We're happy that you joined us. It's also on the Spielraum website. There's the metagame breakdown, the pairing standings, everything. You can look at them at home if you want to. It should be everything here. It was a very fun tournament with lots of really good players, but this format is relentless. You really need to keep drawing well and keep playing well, not making any mistakes.
Exactly. We have seen very aggressive draws. We've seen huge swings,
yeah.
Both for mid-range decks or for aggressive decks. But now, final round of the Swiss. This is where it all comes down to.
Yeah.
Lukas fighting from behind, needs to win.
It's not the first time he's fighting from behind. We already saw him defeat his Grixis opponent in one of the previous rounds, and it was very tense for him. He did feel like he didn't play optimally, and I now saw Adrian Schrenk walk by, so I assume he is also drawn in as expected. So you have some players of different nationalities still fighting for this top 8.
And it seems like most of the people figured out the standings the way you proposed they would. So
they could have just asked me, you know, like I'm always available for a price. Look, this is it's a sub game. Amir trying to figure out how the phone works. He's like plus.
I think we should sit him down with who was it, Thomas Holzinger, and
he's not. He doesn't have it. So okay. He finally figured out how to plus by 1.
All right, there we go.
Nice. Good job, Amir. He was like, yeah, I couldn't figure it out. It's quite sensitive, I assume.
So I'm taking a quick look at the sideboard here.
Go for it.
I'm seeing another Reverse Rebuke, but probably not for this matchup.
Yeah, the sideboard is not great again. I mean, there's Lyra.
2 Lyras.
Prison Realm maybe?
It's only Planeswalker and creature though, right? So it can't remove the
Frenzy.
The frenzy.
So Binding probably going to come in, I assume. Not great though.
Do you like the Dovin's vetoes?
Not really, no. I think Lukas is gonna bring in the Tybalt. I think if you have his deck list. Yeah, the Tybalt, the Rakic Instigator. He already. I saw him in like round 2 where he defeated a Lyra with ease. So I think in Tybalt is quite an important aspect of this. Just preventing life gain is very important, and Lyra is quite slow as well. Players draw their 7 and both thinking, it seems.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like either of them is particularly happy about it.
No, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think Lukas had like 4 or 5 lands. I think his hand was pretty garbage, and Amir just didn't seem to have many lands at all. So we'll see who this will favor.
Yeah, both players on 6. I'd be very thrilled to see like a frenzy game against the Super Friends, like multiple planeswalkers taking on frenzy, some crazy stuff happening. So here's hoping both players can keep their 6.
Yeah, that would be fun. So Lukas, I think he'll probably board in the Tybalts and the War Bosses for sure.
Do you think he will go a bit bigger and board in the additional mountain?
Probably with another frenzy, I think. Not sure what's he gonna board out exactly. I'm not a huge fan of the firebrands, but at least like on the play they do something. With his lightning seems pretty. I mean, it can kill something, but it's not as reliable.
I mean, he knows about all the tokens that Amir can provide, so maybe
shocks are also quite weak.
Yeah, maybe shocks and the firebrands.
Looks like Lukas goes bottom. I don't think he has many lands though. We'll see if Amir kept also bottomed.
I think he has only 1 land.
Yeah. Oh,
draws the second one right away.
Yeah, he has a Chandra in his hand. It's 4 mana. Variation of Pyromancer's fine though. Looks like Amir actually has, I think, Prison Realm and Excellence Binding in his hand. Also, Narset Opt. Some other cards.
The last one, I think
Lava
the last one is
Coil.
Lyra, right?
Yeah,
probably Lyra.
I don't think he has a 3rd land just yet. So now we're gonna see the Pyromancer start chucking in.
So both players stumbling a bit on mana, I think. We'll see if Amir can get it.
He can. He doesn't even have to main phase the opt there. He could take 2 and play the Prison Realm or Narset, but I think he just wants to make his land jobs as soon as possible.
Yeah, playing the land and Prison Realm both gets. He handles the Pyromancer, so he does not take any additional damage. Next turn, probably preventing something like light up the stage, and he gets a Scry trigger, right?
Yeah, he passes here, so he's gonna go for the up. Another variation of Pyromancer. Yeah, I mean it's fine though. Like it keeps attacking it. Now he's gonna bluff a shock. Now it's just gonna opt. Maybe he can find a shock.
Find a shock. No.
But he needs to dig for lands first. I think his main plan is to try to find those lands to get up to Lyra. And now if he doesn't found a Clarion, but I think this might change a little bit the plan of Lukas because he found a light up the stage. He doesn't have too many lands, so he might just play light up the stage first, hope to find land. Does not, and just passes here. Yikes! That was a bad light up the stage.
A lot of 2-drops, no 1-drops.
Yeah.
Oh, tough luck for him here.
No 4th land for Amir just yet, I don't think. Or has he found one? Might play Narset here. Interesting. I like if Zop didn't find any lands.
Problem is Narset doesn't help you find them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of the downside.
Can find Sarkhan. At least, I mean, found a Prison Realm. He can deal with 1 for 1. He can deal with those creatures and planeswalkers at least. And the Scry is nice, but goes for the Sarkhan. He already has another Prison Realm in his hand.
He has a lot of powerful cards, but he does need to deploy them to the battlefield. And currently, with no additional lands, Lukas found a 3rd one.
Attack. Narset. Player's team can play a land, pass, and one of the team is going to go bye-bye. Okay, still no 4th land, but at least a shock. What's he gonna do here now? If I was Amir, okay, he has another opt. Interesting. Like, why didn't he play that the previous turn? That's my question.
Yeah, he could have opted.
Yeah.
And then.
Okay.
Interesting line.
Yeah. Now also, like, he's being very conservative with his light total. He could have also like play the untapped Hollow Fountain and just Clarion the creatures away, but he doesn't want to take any more damage. And now
he's being rewarded now because he can
very
clear the
much
board.
so.
Yep.
So War Boss, that's going to be a Goblin. It's going to take down the Narset and 2 to face. Oh, Narset is going to stay in play. Okay.
Actually, not relevant for the mono red deck.
Yeah,
Is there
true.
any
No, it's just maybe for some Sarkhan things.
I mean, risk factor has fallen out of favor, so that's
Very
not
much
getting
so,
played
yeah.
anymore.
True. Maybe if now he can find Land Chandra, maybe? Or just, okay, so Pyromancer first, go to 11. Pyromancer, go to 9.
All the Pyromancers.
Yeah, nice. All right, this game's all the Pyromancers, was it? No, just 3, right?
Just 3? Oh, yeah.
I think so,
The
just
other one
3.
is a Steamkin.
Yeah, he saw 3 Steamkins and 3 Pyromancers already. That's pretty funny.
All the 2-drops. So Amir is figuring out whether he can just slam the Lyra here.
That's a really big game. He's been working his way towards that the whole time. That's why he was so conservative with his life total. I could also think about playing Sarkhan here, but playing the Sarkhan and getting a 4/4 is actually kind of risky, because if Lukas then manages to kill the 4/4, then the the Pyromancers can get in. But he does.
Goes for the Sarkhan.
Yeah,
Interesting.
If the dragon survives, though, then the Pyromancers cannot attack.
Lava Runner, right?
Okay, Chandra.
Plus.
Land. What now? He has a Frenzy as well? I think so. This might go down to the wire.
Interesting.
Lukas cannot attack. He knows that the dragon would ping down the Pyromancers. But maybe now Clarion, though.
Wow.
he can Clarion with Lifelink as well.
Wow, this is huge.
Yeah, so he can change his creatures into dragons and then clear the board and go to gain 12 life. Yeah, he figured out the line. And he also still has Prison Realm for the Chandra, so that he doesn't have to attack it.
Does damage get prevented, though, by Sarkhan if you deafening Clarion her here?
No, it doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't.
So if you
can kill everything and give everything lifelink.
Yeah, but then your creatures gain 3 damage, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't the loyalty counters be removed then?
No, it doesn't work that way. They're
Okay.
4/4. They take 3 damage. So
Okay.
it doesn't do anything with damage. So they're big lifelink swing up to 21, and
this is what Amir was practicing, right?
Yeah. Now he knew what's going to go on. And Prison Realm on the Chandra. That's going to make him also scry. And I think this is all over Red Rover.
That was a huge swing.
Yeah, that was.
It's not gonna come back from
He
that.
told you, kill Narset. Kill Narset.
Yep.
Why
that would have been a play.
Why do you keep her around?
So, is there any way Lukas can come back from this?
He would need a miracle and a half. Yeah, there's the handshake. Amir Okic is going to make it into the top 8 at 7 wins and 1 loss. Lukas Paugsch, the Slovak prodigy, the young talent from Slovakia, unfortunately falls at the last hurdle, and Mono Red might not be present in the top 8 at all. It's going to be Jeskai Superfriends joining Esper Superfriends, 4-Colored Red Horde, Mono White, maybe Gruul.
Hopefully
we
Gruul.
don't know yet. We'll figure it out sooner or later.
We'll just have a quick check with Patrick if he can bring us another elimination match.
Yeah, we'll get a quick glimpse if we can move the last match towards our main feature matches. We have still plenty of time in the round, because if not, then we're gonna pause the stream. Move locations.
Move all this stuff we've set up here.
Yeah, and bring you the top 8, which is going to be great. And the graphics are going to be great. And the
connection's going to be great, so no delays.
Going to be great, yeah.
I'm just having a quick look at the other deck lists.
Okay. What is the... So Ricardo, Silva,
Ricardo.
Superfriends, Jeskai?
I think...
Yes.
Yeah, I see Sarkhan and...
Pavel, Tvrznik.
Narset, Teferis, Vasquez Contempt, Kaya's Wrath, Chemesis Inside. This looks like
Esper control, more or less, with some Planeswalkers.
With Mastermind's Acquisition.
Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, for... Okay, so we might get a match. We'll see soon enough.
They're still playing. Still in the middle of game 2. Yeah, interesting match we just saw.
Yeah, I mean, heavy sideboarding from Amir. I can see, like, I think his plan ultimately is actually quite good. Just try to deal one-to-one with the threats presented, and hope not to get hit with a early frenzy. And even then, he did have some answers to the frenzy in Excellence Binding, potentially like Teferi minus if he ever gets to it. So potentially there was stuff that he could do. But yeah, I mean, I was rooting for Lukas, but it's going to be Amir with the locked berth into the top 8. His tiebreak's not that great, so I assume he's going to be coming as 3rd or 4th seed into the top 8. I'm going to see how that turns out. I still have one more player that I'm hoping that will make it in.
And who are you rooting for?
Patrick Smatana. He lost last round. He got paired down to Fabian Lachner, lost, and now he's going to play. He's playing this round for the win. So we'll see if he manages to get there.
Yeah, of course we're going to stream all the top 8 matches. Or like not all the matches, but all the rounds for you. So stay tuned, and we're hoping to bring you at least one more game here. Patrick is trying to figure out whether the game that's played at the back table ends in a 2-1, 2-0, or if there's going to be a 1-1.
Yeah, we can go through the decks real quick until we maybe bring that. So we said Esper control, and then you have to remember when we talk about Esper control. Then this side? Okay, so they already finished game 2. We're gonna get the game 3, and we're gonna have Ricardo Silva on the right. Let me type it up. Okay, on the left we're gonna have Pavel. I'm good with names, so I'm good at typing. I spoke too soon. All right, 6-1. Yeah, that's correct. And on the other side we're going to have. Thank you, and that's going to be Ricardo Silva. That's 6-1.
6-1.
And the decks we're on Jeskai Superfriends, that works, and 1 game. And on the left side we're going to have, what was it? Esper Control?
Esper Control.
Esper Control. One game apiece, and I think we might be in for a long game here once the players have settled. I always see Ricardo already sitting down. He's on the right. With Jeskai Superfriends on the left, the Esper Control. So, and Esper Control. So, we talked about this early in the day, but if you've been following Standard for a while now, you probably think, oh, well, Esper Control, that's been for a while. 4 Absorb, 4 Chemisters inside, 4 Teferi, and just try to roll you over with Card Advantage. This
never tap out ever.
This deck's completely different. I mean, not completely, but very, very much different. The version that Pavel has brought to the table is only running 3 Teferi Hero of Dominaria, only 3 Absorbs, just 1 Chemisters inside, and 2 Masterminds acquisition. So just because of the Teferi Time Raveler being so good, and it's ever present in metagame, you want to shave down cards that don't work well on your opponent's turn, even though he also plays 2 Dovin's Veto. But he also has some Teferis of his own.
Yeah.
The small ones.
Teferi on the one hand, and of course Narset, part of Vader's responsible for the decline of Chemist's Insight. We've already stated that today. I'm looking at the sideboard because, of course, Mastermind's Acquisition able to grab some one-offs. It doesn't have anything too spicy, although I see a Nezahal.
Yes, that's spicy.
That's spicy, definitely. Other cards involve, of course, 1 Liliana Dreader General.
Look at that. In his deck list, he had 1 Mirari Conjecture. And he scribbled it out and added another Crowded Carnarium.
That's just sad.
Boring.
That's just sad.
Very boring. I'm disappointed.
Too mainstream.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of that. Trying to read what Ricardo is playing.
I think it's a box standard Jeskai Superfriend. Nothing surprising.
Yeah. No spicy one-offs.
No.
2 Mox Amber for shocks, for opts.
Yeah, the usual.
The usual 3 spell pierce. His sideboard, Legion War Bosses.
Yeah, again, Lyra's, Prison Realms, Lava Coils, Dovin's Vetoes.
Yeah.
So basically same as we saw just now in the hands of Amir Okic.
Yeah, textbook Jeskai Superfriends.
I mean, it won the Stars of the Games tournament last week. which is long-term and with lots of good players. It actually 2 finished in the top 8 with the same list, so it makes sense that people have just taken the deck and maybe changed 1 or 2 cards. Try to succeed. No mulligans? Whew, I must be dreaming. All right, Pavel Tvrznik starts off with a Howl Fountain, and Ricardo Silva has a Steam End. So both players with lands, with spells. We'll see what's how this game is going to pan out. I expect Pavel will have a turn 3 Teferi Time Reveler just to get on the board quickly. Ooh, maybe search for a Scanta is maybe more. Something according to his liking.
I don't see anything to action in Ricardo's hand currently. Does he have a counter spell?
No,
there's Dovin's Veto. Right
counter.
At the back of his
now
hand.
Maybe Teferi of his own. I think he does have one.
He has one. He's thinking about it. Maybe it's a healer? No, there's got to be a Teferi, right?
Battle of the Teferis. There it is. We talked about this card as being most important here, and both players. Okay, it looks like my Patrick smiling. He won. Patrick Smatana won. He's going to lock in the top 8 berth, and actually he might be near the top of the standings because he has great tiebreakers. I think he played Roman Pabish. He's going to jump that. And he's going to be 21 points. Might be number 1 seed going to do into the top 8, which is great if you want to play first.
This is huge.
So we'll see. And Marcus Berg won as well. Okay, so we're going to get John Deathwiller as well.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's really exciting already. We have Mono White, we have Gruul, John Deathwiller, 2 Esper Super Friends, 1 Jeskai Super Friends. 2 Esper, 1 Jeskai, maybe 2 Jeskai, or maybe an Esper Control. Okay.
And Dreadhorde.
Dreadhorde, one Dreadhorde as well. So our top 8 might already be set, and this might be the final decider of who's going to make it into the top 8 here, as there's been some back and forth with those Teferis. I see a Vraska's Contempt, now another Teferi, but Sahili is already in play. And it might be that Ricardo Silva thinking about, what is he trying to represent
is
here?
Is he an Opt or?
Yeah, maybe an Opt. He also has a Shock, but I doubt he's going to play that. Maybe he was thinking about Shocking Phase just to get the 1-1 on the board real quick. Actually, the Teferi should, he's up to 5. That works. All right.
He might have had a Spell Pierce in hand.
Possible. Yeah, he has the Dovin's Veto that's completely useless now because of the Teferi. And Search for a Scan is very nice. He does have a Spell Pierce. Yeah, you have good eyes. Does your eye doctor, when you go for a checkup, is like, oh, your eyes work perfectly.
Awesome.
Unlike mine. That's why I wear glasses.
All right. See, Karn. Karn is good here.
Karn is great. And I've been very impressed by Karn. But like, both players are trying to jam planeswalkers left and right. Like, this is a very consistent life card advantage engine, and it just constantly gives you card and has extremely high loyalty. So that makes it very hard to deal with. Yeah, Shock. That's very.
All right, just want to get on the board.
Yeah, it probably doesn't want it bouncing anything for the card. Search for a Scanta is active though. Does he have any Elder Spells there? There's one in the sideboard.
One in the sideboard, no in the main deck.
He didn't come prepared.
No.
He should have had more.
Thinking about it. I can't quite take a look at his hand, unfortunately.
Yeah. It looks like the...
He's keeping it though.
Saywolf, Ricardo missed 2 damage from the Foundry. It is possible. Players are not that great at updating the life totals on top. They might have written it down on their own. Yeah, as you see, they're not even... Ooh, look, fancy!
This is aggressive.
Yeah, it's a very Time Reveler, bounce my Oath of Kaya, then replay it and kill the Karn. Yeah,
we talked about the high loyalty of Karn, but... gets taken down here.
Life tools again not being updated by the players properly, because remember Pavel also played the Vraska's Contempt, so he should be up to 28 already unless he has taken some damage, and Ricardo looks to be down to 18. So yeah, thank you Silva for mentioning that. Players again are very sloppy, not helping us, not change life tools, but we're going to have Patrick run over there.
He got your hint.
Yeah, he's readying his fists. Going to explain the situation very clearly to them.
Meanwhile, Narset is delivering beatings.
Yeah, I appreciate Pavel like doing the fancy footwork with the Oath of Kai to get rid of Karn, but he lost to Fairy Time Revel doing that, and now like Narset being played and Dovin's Veto being up now, it's actually going to be a problem for Ricardo to deal with all the servo tokens turns after turn. especially with Narset bringing the card advantage. Another card in hand for Ricardo as well.
Okay, yeah, they were trying to figure out how many tokens entered this turn. Nope, nope.
No, just
nope.
press in the middle, buddy, and that's gonna work fine.
I think the bottom one is for poison counters or something like that. That's not relevant.
Isolated Chapel goes away. Thief of Sanity. At least he can block a servo, I guess.
Another land in hand, and I think also Narset.
Yeah, so he has spells. So what's gonna be first? Narset?
Narset's
Maybe
gonna
veto?
probably gonna meet Dogen's veto, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
agreed. I think he still has the Spell Pierce, right? As well, if we need to. But Spell Pierce cannot counter a Thief of Sanity, though. There it is.
It's not looking too good for Pavel.
No.
He has to cling to that Search First counter and his draw step. What is Ricardo thinking about? Oh no, Pavel was thinking about playing the last card.
Yeah, no more cards in his hand. And he's still not going to be able to flip the Search because he only has 5 cards in his graveyard. So he's still at least 1 turn away. And Narset doing work here, finding more and more cards.
Sarkhan again. The
perfect card.
The Planeswalker might be the last card getting played in the feature match area.
Sarkhan has been performing really well.
Yeah.
If the board was at least equal, like Sarkhan has been brutal. Every single time.
I've been very impressed today by Sarkhan.
Ooh, Teferi again as well. That can bounce the Thief.
2 tokens. He only produced 1 this turn. Yeah, right.
He's trying to figure out. Yeah, that was from the Narset of the previous turn. And so Teferi now draws a card, bounces, nothing.
And attack.
Yeah, swing for 4.
Pavel is at 22 now, but
slowly but surely.
Life total.
I mean, it's especially egregious that the life total. That Pavel has no cards. There's nothing else to do. He might as well change his life total.
He's not even gonna do that. So, taking a long hard look here.
Keeps it. Yeah, at least like he can surveil the 6 card in his graveyard now.
And he does know about the Sarkhan, right? So.
And there's double Sarkhan.
Wow, double Sarkhan.
Now Pavel probably is seeing the writing on the wall. Is like, okay, I know what I'm dying to.
Yep.
Now Sarkhan is going to come down.
Yeah.
And there's a swing for 12 in the air just with the Planeswalkers. Yeah, Pavel's
the hand motions explain everything.
Surveil. Yeah, just take one of the Sarkhans. Does he like that card?
Where's Planar Cleansing when you need it?
No, yeah, just keeps it. Plays the Thief.
And empty-handed.
And
passes the turn.
Completely empty-handed. But now the Thief almost doesn't matter, even if it hits back for anything. I don't think there's anything. All right.
So pluses to Teferi. So we're not sure yet about the interaction between Saheeli and Sarkhan, right? I don't think you can...
I wouldn't think so. I can look it up, but I think...
It probably copies the creature or makes it a copy of the permanent and then...
Saheeli. Not Saheeli, right? But the Sublime target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature control on the other turn. Okay, so it should work. It doesn't care about the legendary status, but I want now. But then wonder if it's the same 2 cards.
Then you have to choose one.
Choose one, yeah. So
it's not a good interaction. At this point, Ricardo is just figuring out how to finish this game.
Okay, Sarkhan costs double red. Yeah, there we go. Please don't make this any longer than it should be.
Here we go. Get a token.
Okay.
Actually, it makes a 4/4.
Boring.
Interesting.
Should attack with all the servos anyway, just to get 4 damage on the board. Okay.
Ah, he makes 1 servo 4/4.
Nice.
This interaction.
4 damage. Yeah. You know, he got through 4 damage. His plan was probably a little better. At least he gets some use out of the Saheeli. Usually, don't see Saheeli minus very often. All right, and
so we're hoping for an Elder Speller now, right?
Ooh, yes, the one of Elder Spell. Oh, Masterman's Acquisition. He has 2 of those, and he can go and find it. Is it?
I don't think he can keep anything else on top, can he?
Probably not. I don't think so. I mean, it has to be Oh, is Vraska's Contempt on the dragon?
Oh, because you can take out the Sarkhan with...
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, like that's so brutal. Oh, Spell Pierce that I'm going to pay. I'm going to get another servo. Ricardo Silva just trying to make his board bigger.
Yeah.
And yet now, okay, gain 2 up to 22 because he forgot to write down all the life totals.
Take out the Sarkhan.
I mean, he discarded the earlier one with the Thought Erasure, so at least that part of the mat is good. But now he has to also deal with all the servos in play, and there's still Karn as well. Ooh, I think he just drew a 3rd Sarkhan.
Okay.
Are
we finally going to see everything get into the red zone?
I'm pretty sure he just drew another Sarkhan. 4. Okay, it was a beacon. Damn, I got you all excited. No, it's just
another Planeswalker.
Just the Karn. Okay, goes for a construct. Really?
I think it's representing a
servo. Yeah,
servo
probably running out of servos. Yeah. Okay, life totals are not correct, so 22 is correct. Yes. Thank you, Pavel.
So.
So now Karn resolves. Yeah, he's like, yeah, sure, you got it. Plus Teferi. Okay. Minus or plus? Oh, he goes for the minus. He goes for the okay, he brings back the war boss that he had a silver counter before, and now he's just swinging with nearly everything.
He could have copied the war boss, right, with Saheeli.
Sure.
For 1 more.
But then
token.
potentially Saheeli could have died to the Thief of Sanity attack. But this is actually quite a big swing already, right? It's for 8.
Okay, now we get a 3rd person who's not managing it correctly.
Yeah. All right. Life total. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, for top 8 matches, we're gonna decide who's doing that and who's touching the pad.
Yeah. Erasures away, and now is it another good one? Better be something. I mean, he has a redraw with the search for Escanta, so he can definitely try to find some. He could also attack with the thief face and hope to hit something.
Definitely Clarion.
But I think Clarion's has been boarded out, so
probably.
So I don't think. Okay, he's gonna go for it.
That better be something good.
Yeah. Show us. Okay, now this is exciting.
I think it's 3 lads.
Yeah, I think
it's 3 lands.
Beacon. Yeah. Ah, disappointing.
Do we get to see an activation of Search for Escanta? Or Escanta, the Sunken Ruin?
Yes, correct. I like that you, despite being a store with so many German-speaking cards, you know all the card names in English. It's very good.
I think I don't even know what the German name is. I have to be honest.
Die versunkene Stadt, Ruine.
Probably something along those lines.
I mean, the German translations are known to be
iffy.
Yeah. What's the name for slivers?
Remazuri.
Yeah. I mean, come on, guys.
Mastermind's Acquisition.
Okay.
But what to get now?
Well, Elder Spell, or maybe some Wrath.
He's on 14 life.
Cry the Carnarium. I don't know.
Here we go.
Back to square one.
Wow. Imagine if this Sarkhan would have gone plus.
Yeah. But I mean, it's actually not that bad because he has the Escanta. So now the Karn is going to be a problem. Like, it's going to start ticking up. Or is it? Now a card that would be great for Ricardo would be like Karn's Bastion, the proliferate land. It's like put counters everywhere. Ooh.
Narset.
A new Narset has entered the fray and it's going to dig for some new spells. Maybe Sarkhan.
No token though, right? He missed that one.
They're probably arguing now. Is like, of course, and that.
Okay.
Servo. please.
Or not.
Remember, if they draw, what happens if they draw? Pavel's tiebreakers are kind of good. Ricardo's tiebreakers are very similar. And it could be close. It could be close if they draw unintentionally. One of them will make top 8, possibly.
Okay.
If it's also possible that if there's a player, David Sertic, who was on 13 place with 16 points, his tiebreakers are actually quite good. And if he had won, he has similar tiebreakers to these two players, which are here. So it could actually be close.
So not as clear as it seemed to be. I mean,
construct.
Unless Ricardo manages to finish the game off.
Do we have any Karn constructs?
It might be that this is the one missing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What now? Okay. Big Teferi was also played. Created a servo, untapped 2 lands, drew a card, did everything, and now it's Pavel again with his search for Escanta.
Can he find the Elder Spell?
Can he? That's the question.
He's gonna activate Escanta to the Sunken Ruins. 1, 2, the rest. Mortify and
this last card? Absorb? I think it's an absorb, yeah. Pretty sure it's an absorb. No. All right, so Mortify it is.
Has to play it main phase.
Yep. Okay, Thief of Sanity. That's his draw for the turn. Still Mortify left in hand. Okay, so remember the face down, the token card face down, whatever it is, with the nickel bolas. That's a Karn construct, so that gets +1/+1 for every artifact in play.
So there's already a 2/2.
Okay, now it's a 2/2, but now with Opt, that's going to bring another servo potentially in play. I think it's also Legion Warboss.
So it has the potential to grow huge pretty quickly here.
Teferi plus. You can also use the Teferi Time Raveler minus to bounce the Thief of Sanity. There's 2 cards. It's like, yeah. I think, do they have a judge called Time Prowler? I think I saw a judge entering there. So if we have extra turns, the judge will know.
They do have a bit of extra time.
2 minutes extra time. Okay, so they're still playing a little bit before the judge enters the final turns. There's another card drawn. Okay, shock. Okay. So now another Narset, another servo.
Okay, I think at this point he's trying to put as many servos as possible into play, get his construct to be huge, and he does have the ability to copy the big construct. So then he has 2 big constructs and maybe get 1 through.
Yeah, he's using Narset real fast. He's trying to get through the paces. Finds a Sarkhan.
Oh my god, finally.
Should be over, right? I mean, it's like Pavel is tapped out. Come on. Sarkhan and get it over with. Yeah, he can't attack with the Narset, but he can attack with the other 3, which is for 12, and then there's Construct, and 1 servo can attack. Takes 2, even though he doesn't need to. I think he also has a Shock in his hand. There's a Sarkhan plus.
And swing for lethal.
Yeah. With Shock backup. Not that he needs it. So
and the Teferi, so the opponent cannot interact.
Please plus it, Ricardo. Don't drag this out any longer. Yeah.
Yes. Here we go.
Here we go. Swing, swing. You have 15 damage. No.
It's even more, right?
16. It's this. Yeah, the construct is a 3/3. The servo is 1/1. That's 4.
But the Karn can attack as well, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the Karn. Yeah, there it is. Ricardo Silva goes up to 7/1 and assures the last slot in our top 8. Another Jeskai Superfriends deck.
Yep.
So I think we have 2 Jeskai Superfriends, 2 Esper Superfriends, Gruul, John
Horde.
Deathwiller, Dread Horde, and a Mono White or white
blue.
Yeah, but white beanie in general. So. Bit of some Super Friends versus the rest. We'll see how the pairings are going to work out in the top 8, but I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think all the matches that we've seen so far have been amazing, so I'm very excited for the top 8.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a quick.
Well,
quickish. We're trying to make it as quick as possible. It's gonna take a few minutes because we actually have to move all of our setup here up to the store, and then we're gonna bring you the top 8.
Yes. So if you like, you can stay around if you have nothing better to do. We're gonna run the Modern Horizon spoilers. Otherwise, you can look out for my tweets. And
yeah, Matej's keeping you updated.
Once I tweet that we're live, you can come back and stay with us for the top 8. It's gonna be a good one. Plus, our internet's gonna be great, and visuals are gonna be, everything's gonna be great. So make sure to join us for the top 8. I hope to see you there.
See you soon.